Hey, what's going on, everybody? Lee and Tammy Sanders here. You guys are checking out an all new Wrestling with the Topics. We're dropping this for the weekend of August 11th, 2024. I hope you guys have had a fantastic weekend. Fall is literally right around the corner. And, babe, we are finally starting to get that oh so nice weather. We was out and about yesterday because Tams was a sweetheart. She had uh, drove me around so we could run just a couple of quick errands. And I know one of my main concerns was my ride because I was out on the road. I got some crazy stories for you that'll make you guys laugh. But I was on the road a couple of nights ago and I was out on the freeway and all of a sudden my car started juddering. It was like it was having a seizure or something, and I couldn't quite, as I was trying to accelerate, it was stopping right where it was, and if anything, it was kind of slowing down a bit, and it was getting to a point where I'm like, what's going on here? What the hell? I'm freaking out and everything, but I am just Joe Cool, calm, collected. I'm going, look, take it slow. Make sure that you stay in the furthest lane to your right. So everything that my baby and Jonathan, my driving coach, his mother, like all my instincts, everything that was taught to me just started kicking in. I'm like, okay, I got this, I got this. And so luckily though, I was able to get home, but I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? And so I was telling Tams about it, and she goes, it could be a number of things. It could be related to the transmission, though. So luckily, we were able to solve it because I went to AutoZone. No, actually, Advanced Auto Parts. I always get the two mixed up. Went to Advanced Auto Parts, picked up a bottle of transmission fluid, and I said, okay, well, we'll see what happens, bada bing, bada boom. And fast forward, handful of hours later, I was out on the road doing my usual and no issues whatsoever. So, a message to you guys out there, if your car is kind of having those same issues, it might be a good idea for you all to check the transmission fluid because in my case, it was. Now, you got a better look at it than I did. Was it damn near empty or was it empty? Would you just say it was empty?
If I had to guess, I didn't run, to be honest with you, for
It
the.
was kind of dark by the
It
time we
was
checked
kind of
it.
dark when
Yeah.
we checked it, but we also checked it a couple different times in different ways. But um, so when I actually, picked up the dipstick for the transmission fluid, I will be honest with you, it might have been some on the bottom of the stick, maybe.
Hmm.
But I certainly didn't see any more than that. So I'm pretty sure that that's what it was. So actually, I'm going to extend it further a little bit, guys, and girls. Um,
Yeah, there's
if you,
female girls out there that know a thing or two about their cars. Let me tell you something. In the Sanders household, I'm learning, but man, my baby and her mom, they know a thing or two about cars. Especially her mom's. Her mom's like, open up the hood. I mean, she will get her hands dirty. She'll go in that bad boy. Like she knows a thing or two. I give her props. She knows a thing or two.
that's for sure.
Definitely put some of these men to shame, especially those that try to run a fast one on her. She know her shit. She know her shit.
Right. So true. So, but main point in reference to the overview portion of it is honestly every now and then periodically check your levels. Your oil, your transmission, your power steering fluid, especially in older cars. Because you just don't really know how much they're using depending on how much you're driving. So
Very true.
just automatically, periodically, just check them.
I got one or two funny stories I'll share with you guys while we're talking about being out on the road. But yesterday was gorgeous here in the DC metropolitan area. It was gorgeous, especially when I went out on the road solo later that night going into this morning. I mean, I had my top down, I had the windows rolled all the way down, and I was just blasting my R&B music, right? I was pushing my Keith Sweat. I was pushing, you name it. I was pushing. I was just driving, just bobbing my head, all that good stuff, and it was good. But I do have one or two crazy stories that'll make you guys chuckle. So I'll throw a WTF at you guys real quick. So a few nights ago, I was on the road. I'm like, I need gas, but I don't really want to get gas out here, right? Like, I'm not scared of the neighborhood or anything. It's just, I know that there'd be crazy motherfuckers. So,
and I just don't want to deal with it.
I don't want to deal with them, right? Because you know the old saying, we said it last week, the freaks come out at night, right? So, it's like 2 a.m, and I come up on a light, and your man goes, okay, there's a BP gas station literally right there. It's right there, man. Like, go ahead, get the gas now. And I'm looking at, while I'm at this light, anybody? Like, okay, nobody's out here. I'm like, it's 2 a.m, nobody's out here. Okay, yeah, all right, let your man go get some gas. So, I go get my gas, and I'm just looking. I'm not paranoid, but I'm just looking. I'm minding my surroundings and everything. And I'm like, okay, cool. All right, and I'm plotting where I'm going to go next and everything. Next thing I know, and it's all inaudible. I'm like, the fuck is that? And it's getting louder, and I'm going, oh, snap, it's a crazy motherfucker that's getting ready to come this way. And I'm looking at the gas joint. I'm like, am I at least at 5 gallons? Because if I'm at least at 5 gallons, I'll just say fuck it, and I'll just roll out. Because I wanted to get 7 gallons, right? I usually get 7.5 gallons, right? Because that pretty much, that's my full tank right there. So I'm like, am I at least at 5 gallons? I'm looking, like, shit, I'm not at 5 gallons. Hurry the fuck up. I was like, hurry up, motherfucker, hurry up. And I'm like, okay, all right, we're past 5. And, like, the person still hasn't, like, come within view yet. So I'm like, now I'm being greedy. Now I'm going, okay, let me get 6. Can I get 6? Let me get 6. I hit 6. I had 6 gallons on the bullseye. I go, yes, your man is out. And bye, bitch. And I get ready to, get in the car and everything. So I take I close the gas joint, all that shit. And then I see this, what appears to be a woman. All right. Now, how many of you all know the comedian Leslie Jones? If you don't know the comedian Leslie Jones, just look her up in a Bing Google search. Just see how she looks. OK. Now, picture that face, but with this kind of nappy hair. Think Whitney Houston's hair when she used to wear it down to her shoulders, but just picture it jet black and picture it nappy as fuck. Right? On a face of Leslie Jones. And picture this green, white, beige looking dress. Right? So this woman comes within view. I'm going, oh, okay. And there's this old black man. It was a black woman, old black man with a little walker. And he kind of had this look on his face like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about, but I'm about to go into this convenience store here and I'm going to get me some snacks. That's kind of how he was looking, because he wasn't even acknowledging homegirl and everything. So I'm looking at them, and it turns out the person that is making all the noise is this woman.
Damn.
But the more and more that she talks, I realize, oh, this is a man. Because, like...
You did say green, white, and beige dress.
I did say that.
Okay. I just want to make sure
I did say that. I did say that. And, they're going, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. Leave me the fuck alone. I got problems. You ain't even messing around here. I've been out here on these streets all my life. That's exactly how they were talking. And I'm looking at them. And the craziest thing, I really wish I would have recorded this, because y'all would have been like, yo, that's wild. And some of y'all would have been like, only in DC. But, this person I'm trying to find the right words. I kind of felt like their tits was all out. I mean, they was arguing, shouting at the sky, and the tits were just floppily, flop, 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 flop. I mean, and they look at me, and I look at them, and I just hurried the fuck up. I mean, at this point, I'm like, go, go, go. So I didn't even turn on my GPS. I just said I'll figure it out in a couple of minutes. I just drove the hell off. But I mean, them titties was just, I was like, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and roll the hell out from this. So I have seen some crazy stuff since I have been on the road with the new line of work and everything. It's been wild. I just did I finally was able to get in my appointment to see my optometrist. Man, and she was laughing. She was like, "Oh no, you're exaggerating." I'm thinking, yeah, okay, whatever. Because I told her, I said, you guys are booked up. It feels like I've waited almost 6 months just to see you. And she's like, no, it's
about 3.
And I told her, I followed up. I said, well, it's definitely been 3. I was like, I tried to see you 3 months ago, and you were booked. So we went through the eye exam, because she's like, what brings you here today? I'm like, well, routine eye exam. I'm thinking to myself, I said this in the notes, like I answered all your questions, but okay, sure, we can go through this again. And then I said to her, no, it's time for me to get my eyes checked. Just want to make sure everything's on the up and up. She checks your man's eyes, and she goes, can you see this? Yeah. She's like, read this. I'm
this
like,
would not be the time to lie.
Right. She's like, read the first line. And so, yeah, I break it down. I'm going through it. It's challenging. And she goes after my guy. I probably was in there for about a little bit longer than the first rodeo. I think this go round, I was in there for about 10 minutes. Oh. And she goes, 10 minutes just for the eye checks. Because I'm literally saying to her, go back to the first one. Okay, now the second one.
Right.
Go back to the first one. Okay, can you do the second one again? Can you go back to the first one more time? Right. This was literally me. She goes, you need a stronger prescription. I'm like, oh. She's like, yeah, you need a stronger prescription. Your eyes are okay, like I'm not seeing any retina breakage, because as you're a diabetic, you got to be concerned about that, right? Because heaven forbid you have eye problems as a diabetic. Yeah, no bueno. So she goes, all right, yeah, you need a stronger prescription. And I say to her, oh, can I get this prescription filled out while I'm here? She goes, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool, great. So I go do that and everything. So I'll have my new glasses 2 to 3 weeks. That's why if you guys notice, if you were checking out the streams for earlier this week, I wasn't wearing my glasses because I'm trying to, honestly, I'll use them before my night driving. But, if I can avoid them as much as possible until my new glasses comes, for me, it's kind of like that just makes more sense and all that. So,
you can wear the ones you got now.
Oh, no. But I'm saying, though, I am wearing them for the night driving. But other than night driving, like, I'm not interested in wearing them until the actual, because I really don't need them. Like I said to the doctor, because she even asked me. She said, okay, with the glasses, you're just wearing them to see things far away, right? And I told her, yeah, seeing things far away, especially when I'm driving, particularly at night, because I'm just not good at night when it comes to driving. Matter of fact, you forget this, my ID says I need to wear glasses. So
that does too.
Right. So, but no, I'm saying, but this woman lives with me like 24/7.
Well, I'm still wondering about the fact of why he feels like he needs to wait to get the new prescription to start wearing them.
Because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because my current prescription with my glasses, one eye is -75 and the other one is -25. This new prescription is -1.25 in both eyes. So my whole thing is, okay, well, look, the only time I wear my glasses currently, my current glasses, I would actually like to wear my glasses a lot more, but I don't want to do that because my thought process is if I have a new prescription that's coming, then whatever's going on with my eyes right now, I would rather wear the current prescription less as much as possible without further perhaps messing up my eyes, since that prescription is no longer, not to mention, if you notice, and see, Tams don't really notice this. This is why I'm getting ready. That's why I said I live with this woman, like, and she don't. If you're my wife or you're my friend, you'll notice if it's during the daytime, I don't wear my glasses. That's because I see very well.
True.
It's nighttime that's the issue, and if I'm maybe, say, sitting in the living room
and I can't see the TV,
and I can't see the TV because it's so small,
because
it's so small, right? Then I need my glasses. So my whole thought process is, I'm good. I'll be all right until the new prescription comes.
Okay. Well, I get that. Now, most people generally wear their glasses if they need it until the new glasses come, not just start fresh once the new glasses come.
I don't need them right now.
Okay.
And then with my current glasses, I don't need to rely on them because of those asterisks. It's like, well, daytime you're good. It's like nighttime, sure. Like, even in the daytime, like if something is pretty far away, it's kind of like, daytime's working in my favor. I'm good. It's like I'm good, right? And then there's sometimes when it's night, my eyes are like, hey, watch out now. Like last night, we were driving, and that bicyclist.
Yeah.
I was very surprised. I saw that bicyclist, dumbass bicyclist who did not have the right of way. The light was not even in his favor.
Nope.
And he decided to be a speed demon. And
I'm trying to make it through.
I'm shaking my head looking at this, and I'm going, dumbass. I'm like, and you wonder why bicyclists get a bad rep. Mm-hmm. You wonder why people, I'm going to say it. It's probably taboo to say this, but I'm going to say it. And you wonder why some people don't feel sorry for when bicyclists get into some type of an accident. It is because they abuse being out there on the streets, on the road. Don't get
misjudgment.
Misjudgment big time. Miscalculation, misjudgment big time. It's like red means you ain't got it.
Right.
So why are you even, I don't care if you're on a bicycle.
Right.
Them cars are going much faster than
you and
know
your
what I'm saying?
legs.
You know what I'm saying?
Whether they be on a bike or not.
It's just crazy.
But the funny thing is, with that being said as well, it's not even miscalculation, misjudgment. But the other part of that is the fact that you have, the drivers.
Yeah.
The drivers that are essentially, they can't stop on a dime. Like you said, they're going way faster than, somebody might think they are. Mm-hmm. And they can't just stop on a dime, depending on how quick they see you and so on and so forth. It's almost not even a respect for the drivers. In reference to the fact that these people, they just want to get where they need to go, and they don't think about the how that is essentially coming down and through that way.
And it's hard for me to feel sorry for a bicyclist. This is me talking, right? So if you want to send any hate mail, send it my way, because it's me that's talking, and it has a bone of contention with this. So let me see if I got this straight, right? And we're gonna move on, but you got bike lane laws that are in your favor. You got markings and all this shit now more than ever compared to 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You got everything working in your favor as a bicyclist, and you're going to throw all that shit away just so you can do whatever outside of those rules and regulations that were set up for you. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for you when you get in an accident. Nah, brother. Nah. Nah, sister. Nah, you can miss me. You can miss me with that. Because the first thing I'm going to say, well, you had the rules and regulations on your side. Mm-hmm. You got the markings on the pavement. You know, you got a whole protected lane for yourself. Mm-hmm. Why ain't you utilize those? That's going to be my first question. And you know what? That cyclist ain't going to have nothing of a comeback.
No.
They're not going to have anything of a comeback. Or they might pull that episode of Sanford and Son when the Hispanic dude was in the courtroom. What did you say? I didn't know that. You know, it was like, fuck out of here. Speaking of accidents, for those of you that remember, and newer listeners, we can refresh your memory a little bit. We'll just give you the bullet points. But last year, when we're talking about, bicyclist accidents, automobile accidents, things of that nature. For those of you that may remember, there was a serious car crash that me and Tams bear witness to. Now, when I say we bared witness, we didn't see the impact, but we did come up on the scene.
On the aftermath.
On the aftermath. And we talked about it at great length on this show last year. I actually, it was a horrific accident. And I remember, just to kind of, recap, get you guys caught up to speed. I couldn't even tell you now what we were doing at the time. I
can.
I think we were probably running some errands.
No, we essentially were doing Instacart.
Okay.
And we were coming back from PG County.
Okay, that's what it was.
And it was late as fuck.
Okay. But what I do remember vividly was there was a bald-headed black man that was waving his hands, and he was saying, there's people trapped in this car. Mm-hmm. There's kids. There's people trapped in this car. Fucking help. And so I remember getting out of the car, and, I said to Tams, I said, do we have some type of a cane, some type of a piece of metal? Do we have something that we can break the car? And she's like, I'm not really sure.
No, I was like, no.
No, you said, I'm not really sure. Oh. Check the back.
Oh, yeah, I did.
And there was nothing. Right. And I remember it was me, that guy, and there was like two other black guys.
Other black guy with glasses.
Hey, you're the one. I just remember myself and three other black guys and a black woman. We all were doing our best to get, it was really, really bad. The driver, which was, at the time, we didn't know if it was a male or a female because that's how much blood there was all on her. Mm-hmm. But when we finally were able to, okay, what's going on here? We were able to see that it was a woman, and she was just, when we were there and we were trying to interact with her and everything, she was making these weird noises. It kind of sounded like maybe she was trying to interact with us, but she really was not all there. It was definitely obvious. There were kids that were in there. They were scared. Luckily for the kids, they were in their seats, their car seats, and they were fine. No glass on them. Luckily, we were able to get them out. Everything. There was a driver of this white car. We didn't know where the hell he was, but you could look at it and go, okay, something's not quite. What the hell? Because you see this white car that's all up on the left side of the barrier. I mean, it's crashed, it's wrecked big time. Mm-hmm. And then you see the other two cars, the one that we went to, I mean, that bad boy got smashed big time, and it basically was spun out. Mm-hmm. And then there was another car that was about, I would say, 10, 12 feet away that was spun out. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, the car where we're rescuing people from, it's smoking. It is fucking smoking. And I remember the woman, she goes, guys, we got to hurry up and get the fuck out of here. We got to move this along because this car's about to catch fire any minute. We're wondering where the hell is EMS, where the hell is the fire department, because it just seemed like it was infinity for them to arrive. And when they finally did show up, I mean, my God, again, it felt like an eternity. It felt like they didn't show up for maybe 30 minutes or whatever. We've already done the work for them. We're not looking for a pat at the back or anything like that, but it's just like, damn, we've already done all the work. What the hell? And I remember saying to Tams when it came to them finally, oh my God, guys, it took them an eternity to get the woman out of the car. She was so compressed in that vehicle that we sadly were not able to get her out. But the best thing that we could do was just comfort her, let her know help is coming, stay in there, hang in there, try to talk to us, try to stay alert and all that. I remember when EMS had finally arrived, again, it took them forever. The fire department, it took them forever to get her out. And the last burning image that I remember seeing was EMS was on top of her while she was on a gurney stretcher. And they basically were pumping her chest. And
CPR.
Yeah, they were pumping her chest there manually, no equipment or anything. They were just, they were going old school. And I'm going, what the fuck? I'm like, this woman was still alive when we were like, what the hell? So a 24, I think at the time, 23-year-old punk-ass kid from Georgia, new update. This is the new update now, right? We giving you the context, the background. Now in a new update. Fast forward a year. 24-year-old punk-ass kid from Georgia. They eventually had found him. It took him like a couple of days from when the crash initially happened. They got his ass, and, that pretty much was it. Keep in mind, this kid has a previous rap sheet from Georgia, DUIs, all that shit. He got sentenced this week. This motherfucker gets sentenced to 18 years in jail. Now wait. Before you guys go, hold on. This is like a soap opera. The motherfucking judge decides that he's going to suspend 10 years. Don't ask me why. Tams will be able to tell you because she read the article. But the motherfucker gets 10 years suspended. So now he has to do 8 years. And heaven forbid he can get probation, because if he's eligible for probation.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. See, guess what? He could be out in as little as 3 to 4 years.
25% of his sentence, and he's eligible for parole.
Oh my God.
So what probably happened?
And the woman that was killed, it turns out she was a nurse.
She was an ER nurse, which is even worse, because essentially she deals with that type of thing. And the family said that it was really heartbreaking and compounded for the simple fact that he did what he did, but then fled the scene. And he said that's the exact opposite of what she would have done. They were headed to Myrtle Beach to go on a family trip. And, she basically going back to that, basically saying that she would have made sure, stayed on the scene until everybody was okay. And turns out this 24-year-old little boy, I'm sorry, you little boy, when you do that type of thing, little boy, basically smashes his car into the guardrail. Actually the concrete barrier.
And keep in mind, he was driving in the wrong direction.
Correct.
Yeah.
But also keep in mind, if you guys want to go back to that episode, I'm sure Lee might tag it in this one.
Yeah.
But he actually passed us.
Yes.
And damn near caused me to have an accident.
Yeah. And I remember saying to Tams, because shout out to our fellow DC metropolitan residents, because I actually was interviewed on WUSA 9, sharing my experience, with the crash and everything. And, they did play it. They aired it on their morning news. but it was what I had all said to the woman. You know, it was just so graphic, and even she said, you know, a lot of what, you know, this gentleman told me was so graphic. Like, the only thing that they did play was me basically saying to the reporter, hey, I said to my wife, that guy is driving so excessively fast. I'm not going to be surprised if he gets into an accident.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you said verbatim.
And less than 10 minutes later, we come up on that scene.
Accident.
We come up on that accident.
Yep, because I backed off. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you all the space you need.
Yeah.
So the other part about that is, now in reference to, you said, well, why did that sentence get reduced?
Why did it? Because I would like to, because before you answer, because I would like to, not to be long-winded, but it's like he's got previous problems in the state of Georgia
for that same thing. He is past the age of 18. He is at the age, even if you were to say to me, well, 23 is kind of young, he still knows right from wrong. So why was his shit suspended? Why was he not given a longer sentence? So one of the lawyers said what he wanted was 15 years. The lawyer for the
prosecution.
And apparently there was more than 30 letters of accommodation, or basically letters that were written by friends, families, associates, all of that in reference to how good he was. Well, he obviously had a problem. I mean, you can be all good all you want, but he apparently had a problem. And there was like 30 plus letters. And so I have a feeling that 18 went to 8. But the judge said before she sentenced, she's like, I want you to understand something. You killed somebody. You took away someone from their family. And the family then stated that everything was compounded with the loss of her, with the fact that he had had problems in Georgia and then came up here and essentially did it again. So they're still trying to get along with the loss of their mom,
while not having true justice.
Right.
What kind of shit is that? Accommodations.
Yeah, the basically letters of you know, this is a personal reference. Basically, is what they were.
This is my first time hearing this, folks, and I don't know about you, but I am stunned. I am stunned to hear that, because like, accommodations should not mean a motherfucking thing. You're an honor roll student, I could give two shits not. You always volunteer at the senior citizens. You know, I give two shits not. Every time you see a homeless person, instead of giving them $5, you give them $20. Gee, what a swell person you are, Charlie Brown. I still don't give a fuck. You know what? All of that would be negated. How I feel right now in the sentencing and all of that, I would feel, okay, you know what? I'll take those accommodations, you know, those letters of recommendation or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'll take it into consideration. Had he done one thing, I don't know, stay at the fucking scene of the crime.
That's one, because I remember the cops, once I had pulled over, basically coming up to the car and saying, "Did you see anything?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, because when we came up on the scene, the car was already crashed and he had bolted. And let me tell you, they bolted right after him. And I think they actually caught him that night. It just didn't get released till the next day.
That is insane. That is.
But yeah,
what a mischaracter of justice! I got to tell you.
Yeah.
I know there's probably, this is gonna divide some people, obviously, right?
That's his dumbass. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that on.
Hey, I'll call. No, I think he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
I think he's no. Give me that face again. That's the motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't even look like you. You guys should go out of your way. And his name is Jalen Hanner. And look it up the way you can find it. Do a Bing Google search, and I'll have this in the episode description.
Yeah,
but there's a Washington. It's from the Washington Post from August 10th of this year, and the headline for you guys that are interested: family headed to beach shattered by wrong way drunk driver on Beltway. So just type in a Bing Google search: Washington Post, family headed to beach shattered by wrong way drunk driver on Beltway. And again, I'll have this in the episode description of the episode. And let me tell you something. Yeah, it was a Nissan Pathfinder. When you look at that vehicle, keep in mind that is the vehicle that myself and the other gentleman were at, and we were trying to save all the people that's there.
They did say in the article as well is that her injuries were catastrophic.
Wow. That is, yeah, it definitely, she looked like there was a lot that was going on with her. I mean, just in the face and the body and just all, oh, she was cute. She was cute. You know, that's my first time seeing her. Wow, I'm going to try not to get emotional here, but this is my first time seeing her without a bloody face. Because when I saw her, she was extremely bloody. I wasn't sure if it was a man or a woman. I didn't realize it was a woman. Honestly, not until one of the guys had said to the family members, hey, what's this person's name? Can you tell me what's this person's name? And they're like, Elizabeth, but we call her Liz. And it was like, oh, okay, so this is a woman. Yeah. Wow. That's, wow. That sucks, man. That sucks. All right, let's try to liven the mood up a little bit on that note. But yeah, definitely look that up. So I told you guys how I had watched the first handful of episodes of Batman Cape Crusader. I know that's a hard 180, but I gotta liven the mood up because that's just so I don't want to get all deep in my feelings there, but
it sounds like something from Indiana Jones.
Yeah. No, it sounds like the fucking news, because that's how the news is. Yeah. A horrific car crash took the lives of 25 people. And now here's Tom with the weather.
Right. And now here's the weather. And generally you can hear Lee in the background saying, Jesus, what the hell was that?
Yeah, because I always go, what corn? I go, what a fucked up transition, man. It's like, what a fucked up transition. Like, seriously? Like, you go, like, that's how you open up? It's like damn. It's like, damn, Hey, we can do no better, right? We can do no better. We can do no wrong. We're better off than Sasha Banks. I'm still Mercedes Moné. I'm still tripping over that, by the way. How the hell does Mercedes Moné launch a new webcast podcast series, and the very first fucking episode she puts out there, she's talking about her divorce? Not, here are the reasons why I came to AEW. What exactly went wrong, if anything, in WWE. She
might be on the non-disclosure with WWE.
But I'm saying.
But yes,
it's just of all the things to, hey, rather than kick off my new podcast series, with my wrestling friends and family, I'm gonna kick it off talking about my divorce. Be sure to tune in. And she's going on and on about such a wonderful man, superbous, marvelous, scrumptious, edible, and it's like, oh, now I'm free. Okay, so which is it? If this guy was sweet and nice and all this, your best friend, all this, and then you constantly, I'm free. Oh, but it's over. It's okay. Were you being abused? What was going on behind the scenes? Like, what? And I got to tell you something. When you see how this guy looks, And you're more than welcome to type in Mercedes Monet's husband. You're more than welcome. And that goes to everybody else out there. When you look up this guy, I just look at him and I go, brother, did you hit the jackpot? Because you are one ugly motherfucker. I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to be. Look. You know, we all have our imperfections. Even I have my imperfections. But I'm looking at this dude. I'm going, wait, he got with that? Like, is he packing? Like is that, how's he making up? Cause woo, that is
apparently he's sweet and scrumptious and all this other. So sounds like that's how he's making up. Well, maybe he is packing.
The wonderful, delectables, meow, however that commercial goes.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But it's like
he's now being compared to cat treats.
But it's like you kick it off, which it's like you kick off your fucking podcast talking about your fucking divorce. Let me tell you something.
I guess she has some stuff to get off her chest.
But I'm saying, you guys have no idea how that infuriates me because I'm a fucking podcast content creator, right? I have managed in my time podcasts. I have literally, like, I'm going to blow a fucking gasket right now, and that's okay. I'm cool with it. I have literally taken people under my wing, and I've gone, okay, so you want to do a podcast. What do you want to talk about? Well, I want to do a podcast. Okay, yeah, no, that idea is not going to work. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to get you a general audience. Like, it's a particular niche, I'll give you that, but that's not going to work. That's not going to find, no, you need something that's more neutral. You need something that's more mainstream. You need something that's more relatable. You need something that, like, this is constantly updating every single week. Like, try again. I have worked with people. Okay? How good am I? I'm so goddamn good. I'm not sucking my own dick, but I'm so goddamn good that I've had professors at my college that have come across my podcast and they go, okay, yeah, Lee, would you be interested in helping these people out, with their, yeah, sure. Yeah, come on. My name is constantly brought up in, would you be interested in helping these people put their show together? Is it paid? No, it's not paid. Like, nah, I'm good, right? Some of it is to help fellow classmates, actual clients. There are some clients that pay. There are some clients that don't pay, and it's like, you'll get the credits. Like, I got my credits, thanks. And then there's some where it's like, no, but if you need a letter of recommendation, they'll help you out. So I'm just trying to picture the motherfucker, right? This is obviously, she's got too much. That's too much power for one woman, right? I mean, it's like, I understand how personal, right? This would be my pitch if I'm the content creator. I understand where you're coming from and you want to, but this would really be a good way to kick off. Let me ask you something. You know about O.J. Simpson, right? Well, your now ex-husband, did he, beat you, or did he pull a O.J. on you or anything? No? Yeah, that's not really salacious enough. That's not juicy enough. Let's go in a different direction, right? You kick it off with all the fucking topics in the world. And you want to kick it off with, yeah, so I got a divorce from my husband. I'm free. The trauma is over. By the way, he still makes my outfits. Such a sweet guy. Whatever, man. That was just, I think I got it off my chest.
I see.
I think I got it off my chest. I think I got it off my chest. And today is Hulk Hogan's birthday. Fuck you, Hulkster.
Well, that's a happy birthday for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something, brother. When I saw what they did to my good friend. Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh God. Oh, you know. Oh. Hey, like I said on Twitter earlier today, when people were it was WWE, it was like, here's a happy birthday. I commented on that post. I said, I'm just here to read this thread for the spicy comment section. Sure enough, I didn't even go 5 seconds into the thread, and mofos was just quoting salacious crap that he said over the years. I'm going right on cue. Hey, did you know that in regards to the Hulkster, did you know that, okay, so there was that Netflix produced movie about the Hulkster's life that was supposed to, at this point, be released, and it had Chris Hemsworth in the lead role. And we saw the photos.
Bits and pieces.
There was photos. I mean, he was taking his workout regime seriously. I mean, he looked like prime Hulk Hogan. I'm going, oh yeah, he's got this. But I guess because Hogan was the creative consultant and all that, and I guess something went down, and he just was like, yeah, brother, that ain't gonna work for me. So pull the plug, biopic no more. So now you've got this new movie that's getting ready to be put in development. It's on Gawker. Gawker versus Hulk Hogan. Mm-hmm. Right? And we know Peter Thiel, the guy that owns, I think, PayPal or whatever. He basically fronted the Hulkster all the money needed so he could take down Gawker. Guess who is going to be in the, allegedly, guess who is going to be in the lead role for Hogan?
Damn, you had Hemsworth do all that stuff. I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint. I love picking on Tammy's brain here. I'll give you a hint. What is a good juicy hint? What's a good juicy hint, y'all, to give to Tammy here? I'll give you a hint. Okay, I'll give you a hint. He has gotten back with his former girlfriend twice now. And in between that, he got with an actress that we both think very highly of. She's cute and sweet. Does a nice series of commercials. We've seen her do the commercials for years. She just recently started doing Capital One commercials. That's your last hint.
You talking about Tina Fey?
Nope.
I mean, in reference to the...
Tina Fey does the hotel stuff, Booking.com.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
No.
I have no idea.
I'll give you another hint. This should definitely do it. I'll give you another hint. This actor co-starred with his then girlfriend at the time in what was dubbed the worst movie of all time. I tolerated it because it had a great cameo by Al Pacino.
I remember.
You don't have to remember the name of the movie, but
I don't.
You should know who I'm talking about, though.
Nope.
Ben Affleck.
Say what?
Oh, you guys got to see Tammy's face. Oh, shit. Ben Affleck is allegedly going to portray Hulk Hogan.
All I'm over here doing is going, what the fuck? How the hell? Now, I can see Hemsworth as Hogan.
Yeah.
Like, I can.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
I cannot see Affleck as Hogan.
Now let me be devil's advocate
at all.
Let me be devil's advocate for a second without being long-winded, and because I'm sure your reaction, that's how a lot of people are reacting. Need I remind everybody, right? I want to say this, and you can have it in the back of your mind, but I want you to comment afterwards after I say this. Need I remind Tams and everybody that when the rumor started about Ben Affleck possibly as the new Batman, the entire social network shitted on that idea. Even when we finally saw the first still shots of Ben Affleck in the Batsuit released by Zack Snyder, everybody was divided. You had a decent amount of people going, oh, it looks like Zack Snyder's going for like the Frank Miller approach to this Batman. Oh, that looks pretty. Oh, I'm curious. I got to see more. And then you had others that were going, they hadn't even seen Ben Affleck act as Batman yet, and they were going, yeah, fuck that. Da, da, da. And then once Batman versus Superman dropped, everybody's going, yo, hey, the movie was kind of crappy, but yo, Ben Affleck nailed that shit. Like all of a sudden, wait a minute, weren't you that same guy that, right? And we'd be here all night going over how great of an actor Ben Affleck is. Like we know he's a damn good actor and everything. So keeping all of that in mind, right? Again, Ben Affleck as Hulk Hogan.
So I don't have a doubt in reference to him being able to pull it off. Let me say that.
Okay.
I don't see it as the fit. Like even before when people were literally shitting on the fact that Ben Affleck is Batman. Are you serious? And I was kind of like, well, okay, I don't quite understand it, but all right. Basically because he had not really done a role like that before.
Right.
And so I guess I didn't quite, but with like a Hulk Hogan, he's done something like that before, and played different characters and things of that nature. Not like a cartoon character, but different characters.
Yeah.
And again, going back to, point is I don't have a doubt that he can nail it with the right coaching, with the right, but then again, there's times when it's 50-50. It really depends on his support there. To how well he can do with it. But with Hemsworth, he has the look. And you wouldn't have to do a whole lot to give him that look. And okay, if you're asking me who has better acting chops, okay, well, it's Affleck versus Hemsworth.
Oh, hands down. Speaking of Batman, what did you think about, because Tams finally had sat down with me to watch the first couple of episodes of the new animated Batman Cape Crusader series.
So I have to essentially laugh because, so in the Sanders household, this is how Lee gets Tammy to watch something. And depending on how tired Tammy is, he'll put it on. And then I may or may not fall asleep on it. And then he'll put it on again. And I'm just kind of like, and then again, until it's like, okay, you're gonna fucking watch this damn thing. If it kills me, and I'm gonna have to put it on 10 times.
It's true. It's true. It's damn true.
But in a very quick flashback in the Sanders household, when Tammy wants to watch something, it's like, oh, I don't want to watch that. Oh, no. It's like that commercial. No. Anyway, oh, what a fun little excerpt. Anywho, so in reference to the Batman series, The first time I watched it, at first I was kind of like, oh, okay, another Batman series. Oh, okay, well, you know. Honestly, pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. I like the fact that I've always been a sucker for, back in what for us was old school. Back in, 50s, 30s, 40s type of deal. It's like a time, long forgotten, like we weren't there. So it's nice to kind of, see some type of adaptation of it. So that part intrigues me. I like it. The storytelling is good. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. I like the Commissioner Gordon. I like the daughter's character. That's fresh. It's not one that I've seen over and over and over again. So I do like that. On a scale of 1 to 10, 7.5, 8 for me.
How do you like, and I'm going to pull up his name, how do you like Hamish Linklater as the voice of Batman / Bruce Wayne? Where are you on that 2 episodes in?
It's not the best I've ever heard. I'm more caught up in the storytelling of it than the character Batman.
Yeah.
Because the voice does not, in a lack of better terms, the voice does not invoke, okay, well, let me sit up and watch this particular part because Batman's in it.
Yeah, because it's like, I'll give you, like, you hit it dead on the nail, because a perfect example would be the scene where Batman, he uses his bat rope and he gets that fat guy and he goes, and I can't remember line for line, but he basically, this is how Hamish sounds.
All I remember is when he said, "I won't ask again."
Right. But this is how Hamish sounds when he's doing Batman in that scene. I can't remember word for word. Who orchestrated that bombing? And you got the other guy. He's like, oh! I want a name.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh! And Batman's like, I won't ask again. And it's like, God damn, dude,
It's very monotone.
Can you put some fucking emotion in that shit?
It's very monotone.
Who set off the bombing a few days ago? I won't ask you again. Give me a name. It was like their poor man's attempt at Batman Begins when Batman, right, when Christian Bale had that. It was like their poor attempt at that. You could see certain elements.
Yeah.
But his joint, Hamish is so hollow.
Yeah, he can't. No, that's what I said. It's so monotone. It's so, with
Even as
Bale.
Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Even Hamish's Bruce Wayne is fucking.
Yeah.
Because this is Hamish's Batman and Bruce Wayne. Here's Hamish's Batman. Give me a name. Now Hamish as Bruce Wayne. Give me a name. It's like...
Yeah. It's not a whole lot different. The other part of it is, with Bale, it might have been slow, smooth, consistent, but it had feeling in it.
Right.
Hamish does not have any feeling in it.
No.
Or at least not for me.
Now we'll meet him halfway. We'll meet the series halfway. Maybe it gets better
as episodes go on.
Because there's 10 episodes, so maybe
he's nervous.
Something.
Maybe he's nervous. I mean, but benefit of the doubt, the rest of it carries so well.
Watch for the story.
For me, right.
Yeah.
The story in what they're saying, what they're portraying, and how it's carried out.
I never thought I'd say this, but the stories for each episode is what you're really watching.
Yes.
Batman is an afterthought.
Yes.
and which could be a huge problem for a lot of Batman fans out there.
True.
You know, but
True. Depending on what their reasoning is for watching.
yeah.
You know, are you looking for more of a fresh take? Are you looking for, you know, how they're going to portray this? Or are you really just looking to see more Batman? So it really depends on what you're looking for.
Tammy's got to get ready to dip in a hot minute before
I got a few minutes.
You got a few minutes?
Hello.
It's live, pal. So let's do this. Yeah, because she's got a commitment in a couple of minutes. I'll get it.
No, the girls is on the floor.
Oh, really? Well, hang on.
No, they're fine, but
oh, that's where my Danzig collection went. Let's do a quick round here. Let's do a quick round here. I'm gonna write your side down, and I'm gonna write my side down here. We are now looking at I know DMV residents are gonna love this. We're looking at the football schedule for the Washington Commanders.
as their first preseason was yesterday.
Right. And they lost 20-17. Mm-hmm. So, I'm looking at the regular season. Week 1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who you got?
Oof.
Actually, you know what? Let's do it like this. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, win or loss? We're doing it like this to predict their overall record for this season.
Lose.
Okay. I am going to say... lose as well. New York Giants.
They're in the process of rebuilding. Typically, we win over the Giants.
So what are you going with?
Lose.
You're going to say they'll lose to Giants?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to say win. Cincinnati Bengals, week 3.
I'm going to say they're going to lose to the Bengals.
I'm going to say lose. Week 4, Arizona Cardinals.
I'm going to say the Cardinals will lose.
You're saying the Cardinals will lose?
Mm-hmm.
So you got them winning. You got
Right.
Commanders winning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to say win for the Cardinals. Week 5 against the Browns. Send in the Browns.
I'm gonna say they'll probably lose that one. Well, Commanders will lose that.
Okay. I am going to say win. Baltimore Ravens.
That's gonna be a hell of a game. Bleh. I'm gonna say that Commanders will win on that one.
I'm going to say Commanders will lose. And we're going to do each team like this for the next several weeks. So you guys, you're just going to do the Commanders? No, we'll do each team each week. Don't worry. All right. Panthers, week 7.
Commanders will win.
Okay. I am going to say Commanders will lose. Chicago Bears.
I'm going to say they'll lose.
Give me a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You said what?
I said the Commanders will lose there.
Okay. I got them winning that one.
Mm-hmm.
New York Giants. Week 9.
I think the Giants will win that one.
So Commanders will lose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say. I will say Commanders will lose. We just did week 9.
Around Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, week 10.
I see Pittsburgh winning that one.
Okay. I got them losing. Week 11, Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, Jalen Hurts.
I got them losing that one.
I got them losing as well. Dallas Cowboys.
That's tricky. Is that near Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Weekend of Thanksgiving.
That's tricky. Because it just depends. That rivalry is so fierce. I'm going to say they're going to win that one.
I'm going to say Washington will lose. Tennessee Titans.
Win. Washington will win.
Washington will win. I got Washington losing. Week 14 is a bye week. Week 15, New Orleans Saints.
So guys, just FYI, this is a little tougher for me because I haven't seen anything of preseason. Like I didn't even watch a play. So this is going off strategic in reference to what I've seen in reference to the rebuild.
Not to mention you're relying on what you saw from the previous season.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I say they win over the Saints.
Okay. I'll give them a W there. Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going for the sweep. Philadelphia Eagles again in week 16. I'm going for an Eagles sweep. I got them winning that one. Oh, correction. I got Eagles winning that one. So as far as the sweep goes, Washington Commanders will be 0-2 against the Eagles. What are you going with?
I got them losing.
Okay.
The Commanders losing.
Okay. Week 17, Atlanta Falcons.
I think they'll win that one.
I am going to say a win.
Cowboys.
And week 18, Cowboys.
I think we'll lose. I think the Commanders will lose that one.
Okay. I am going to say I'm going for a sweep. Yeah. I'm going for a sweep. I got Commanders losing. All right, so let's add this up here. Talk for a little bit. Let me add this up.
Okay, so in reference to our picks, maybe I think we should kind of go, do we feel like that's still going to be the case in the first 4 or straight after preseason, just to see how things are going, moving, shaking. But, excited to see what they can do. I know right now, preseason, really what they're doing is really just seeing, all the teams, guys. What they have acquired, who can do what, who is their stronger version of the players that they need for what position. So it's a feeling out process right now. And I will tell you that I have seen many, many preseasons in reference to where the Commanders have won and had a completely shitty season. So,
She's chuckling because I got a shitting grin on my face.
Yes.
So would you like to know how our records are looking for Commanders this season?
probably just as shitty as they normally are.
You got the right one, baby. Uh-huh. So Tammy has Washington Commanders going 7-10 this season.
Yep, that's about as shitty as they normally are.
I have them going 6-11.
Okay.
6-11. So I'm very curious what football fanatics think about how we're seeing this, or if you all are seeing that we actually, no, they're gonna lose this one. No, they're gonna win this one. Actually, sound off on that. Sound off if you agree as far as the overall records. If you think that's about right. If you think they're gonna get more wins, because look, let's be real. With a definitely with a 6-11 record that I have for them this season, they ain't getting a whiff of the fucking playoffs.
No, they ain't even getting a whiff of this wild
right?
card.
Right? Ain't no wild card. They ain't ain't nothing for the next season. Bye. Tam's record 7-10, maybe. They would need a lot of help. As far as a play-in game to the wild card, maybe. It just depends on what's happening.
You are looking at a rebuild.
Yeah.
know? So it's still trying to figure out who and what's going to gel and how fast that's going to happen.
Your 7-10 record. Let's talk about that a little bit more. With a 7-10 record, now the second part to that question. Do you see them going in as a wild card, or are you convinced with a 7-10 record, even with a 7-10 record, like you don't even see them?
So there's two caveats to that. One, how well they protect their quarterback. Two, how well the offense is versus the defense. So all three of those things have to be working at full strength for them to have a chance. You can have a great quarterback all you want, but if you can't protect him, hello, RG3. I mean, his main, there was other stuff with RG3, but, if you can't protect your quarterback, then that's going to be a major hiccup. But I will tell you, in the little bit that I saw, because they already know that that's their guy, I was impressed.
But hang on. Because you're missing a main factor here in all of this, right? Because I gotta push back. Because the main thing I was looking for you to say is, well, it depends on the division. Because, again, we're talking for the NFC, which the Commanders are in. Giants. Okay. I mean, we can look at this through process of elimination. Like Eagles, they definitely should be involved in the postseason.
Oh yeah.
Cowboys should definitely be involved in the postseason.
Generally.
Rams should definitely be in the postseason.
Generally.
I'm not sleeping on the 49ers. They should be in the postseason.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Lions. I think they're going to be able to do some stuff going into the postseason. I'm looking at the Packers. I definitely think they're going to be going into the postseason.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Vikings. I think they're going to do some stuff in the postseason. So, I mean, the NFC, just with some of the moves some of what I saw from last season, I'm kind of like you. I'm not quite up to speed on everything that's been happening during the off season. So I'm relying on everything that I saw from the previous season. Mm-hmm. But I'm not convinced. Again, this is you. But when I'm looking at your 7-10, I'm going, okay, is it going to be enough against this NFC division? Is a 7-10 record going to be enough to even get a whiff of a wild card? And just thinking about what I'm thinking so far for the NFC,
I think they'll get a wild card, but I don't know about anything else.
You think they'll be able to get a wild card game?
Mm-hmm.
You see, and obviously we're gonna have to see how the first 3 games goes to revisit.
Main games.
Right. Regular
not
season.
Preseason.
Yeah. Fuck preseason.
Preseason is basically just the tryout process.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't worry, guys. We'll get around to your favorite teams as well. We're going to do them all, one by one each and every single week. Other than that, look, we get it an hour, 15. Right? You got to get ready and do your thing. I will wrap up the show. Let me see here. I want
to say I got a couple of minutes. If you want to talk about one more thing.
Well, not the last. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Since it's on the docket, because people can't see the episode synopsis, I didn't get your thoughts, because you never commented on it. Your thoughts on Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU, but with a twist.
I think it will be well received in reference to...
And it's already well received.
Well, I know, but I mean, in reference to, a matter of fact, the funny thing is, so very short story, guys. So we have, I am a manager of a dental practice. So I walk into the room, and the doctor and the patient are essentially talking about the fact that now Robert Downey Jr. is now Doomsday.
Dr. Doom.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
The name of the movie he'll be in is Avengers Doomsday.
Okay.
So maybe that's what you overheard. That must have been. Yeah, had been.
What I overheard.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then, of course, and the funny thing is, he just kind of looks back at me, and I'm like, oh, you don't know me like that. Like I supposed to know. But, I do. And I said, well, it's live, folks. So, but in reference to my synopsis and quick, thing on it, my take on it is I think that he's going to be welcomed back with open arms, and I know he already is. Mm-hmm. Do I think that he will kill it? That's a real possibility. I think he's got the look. And, with the aesthetics and makeup and what have you, I think it'll just, enhance more. I think that'll be kind of fun to see him back in the MCU as a different character. But the funny thing is, it kind of goes on to Lee's point that he may or may not have brought up on the show, but he did bring up with me, which was, how do you explain that? Now, that will be the trick in whether it goes over well. And how much sense does that make in the way they're telling the story? Mm-hmm. And that's what intrigues me.
Now, one new element also I want to bring into the mix. What do you say to those that say to Bob Iger and Robert Downey Jr., man, fuck out of here. This was nothing more than a cash grab. The MCU was fucking dying, and this was just a desperate attempt to basically get hits and clicks. They're just doing this shit because what they've been doing all these years since that respected MCU phase has been garbage.
I think, in reference to his quote about that being garbage, I don't necessarily...
No, it's not a quote, but this is
okay.
This is legit what some folks are saying.
Okay, so basically,
on social media and forums.
Some consensuses.
Yes.
I don't necessarily know that you could say garbage. I think some storylines are rushed. I think that they could do better. But the fan base is still out there. Garbage or not. You will essentially, the people are still there to get asses in seats for everything Marvel puts out. Mm. This, I don't think it's a last ditch attempt to essentially revive anything. I mean, it definitely did that, but I don't think it's not dying. I think they were already in transition to make the moves to start going in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, for me, I didn't mind WandaVision. I didn't mind Winter Soldier. I wasn't real happy with the Samuel Jackson thing.
Secret Invasion.
Invasion.
Yeah, yeah.
That one I kept falling asleep on. And so the story that I told you guys earlier about rewatch. Yeah, Lee gave up on that one. Because I just kept falling asleep. It did not interest me. And I didn't quite understand it. But I'm happy with their pick. I think that will be a good thing, but I really do think it's in reference to how they pitched the story and how believable it is.
You know, the people that are complaining, I think the main thing that they are forgetting, Bob Iger had to come back. Well, you know, I see so many people commenting on you know, bad movie, but like a lot of people forget Bob Iger, you know, CEO Disney and all that, he had retired initially. Mm-hmm. And the new guy that was brought in, his whole thing was, oh, we got us a great gravy train going on here. Yeah, I want 3 TV shows out. I want 5 Marvel movies out.
Can't saturate the market.
You know, I mean, he did oversaturation. And as I've always said on this show for years, quality versus quantity wins every goddamn day of the week.
Absolutely.
And so with Bob Iger coming back, because that's how, I can't even remember the guy's name, but he was doing such a shitty job. You know, like motherfuckers begged Bob Iger to come back. That's how bad, you know, behind the scenes, that's how bad this dude was doing. Like, they went back to Bob Iger and said, won't you please come back?
That's great for Bob Iger in reference to the fact of how he was doing his job. But, you know, sometimes it absolutely is the pick of the person that's running things that can essentially run it to the ground or make it excel.
And the way Bob Iger is rolling now, he's like, look, you know, we're going to focus more on quality when it comes to our animation and when it comes to our movie studio divisions. We're, you know, and to the point, he's like, look, let's do 2 movies and and 2 TV shows a year. He's like, let's just commit to that, and that's it.
That makes sense. Well, I mean, let's go back to, besides that, let's go back to She-Hulk.
Let's not go back to She-Hulk.
But I'm saying,
I feel you.
It's a perfect example of too much too soon.
Yeah.
Shitty storyline. I mean, they had so much potential there. I think with a better story arc, maybe more Hulk. You know, but either way, it's too much too soon, which affected the quality of what they're putting out. And then people start to lose interest because it's just, you know, kind of when they say too much of a good thing is not a good thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. What do you guys think? Sound off. You're definitely right. So we would go much longer, but no, Tammy's got to get ready to do some stuff. I'm ready to mellow on out myself. I think this was a fun episode that we put out. Barely at the hour, 25-minute mark. I think we did pretty good. Oh, before I forget, we definitely need to recognize our sponsors. Shout out to our sponsors, because without them, content like what you're checking out right now would not be made available. I actually had a dumbass say on the Survivor Series post show, just the audio version, what was the first ad that I hear? OnlyFans ad. And it's like, well, you know, when you
make him sound like a dumbass.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
actually, you made him sound slow.
No, I want him to sound like a dumbass. It's like, motherfucker, you click on the YouTube video, you see in the upper left-hand corner, this video has placements, sponsors, endorsements. It's like, and that's one of our advertisers. And then second of all, it's not like you can go online and go,
I'm only 12 years old, and I'm able to go on OnlyFans and look at all the boobies I want.
No. It's locked behind a paywall. You know, a nice try, Junior, but you're not going to be able to look at any, no boobies for you this evening. No, go talk to your mother if you want boobies. Milk.
Lord have mercy.
Milk, I'm sorry. But it's true. It's damn true. But no, it's like, people like him don't realize it. Like, 2024, like we get help from certain sponsors and advertisers, and we're proud. We're happy. We go to bat for our advertisers and sponsors. Anybody that tries to take a little dig at them, you will lose every day of the week, because it's like, no, it's like they're helping keep content like what you're checking out free. Unlike some people, and we're not taking any jabs at anybody, but unlike some people that, we're just gonna hide behind a paywall, all this goodness, and you just hide behind a paywall. Yeah, but that's not cool for the folks that's been with you from day one. Tough luck, they gotta pay. Like, that's not cool. Like, fuck that.
Well, if they've been with you since day one, then guess what? They probably already seen it.
Well, seen what? Be more specific. Seen what? We talking about
I'm only
The
12 years
human
old.
buffet.
oh shit. Shout out to The Grumpy Philosopher, Sage Advice for Successful Living. It's a book that you can check out on Amazon. It's a unique blend of old school wisdom and modern day insights delivered through the eyes of a grumpy old philosopher with a PhD in human behavior and relationships. The book provides practical, no-nonsense advice on how to live a successful and fulfilling life, covering everything from financial strategies to building strong relationships. Check it out. It's on Amazon.com. The Grumpy Philosopher, Sage Advice for Successful Living. We're also brought to you in part by my girl, Reagan Moon. Check her out, onlyfans.com/Reagan's Way. Also brought to you in part by Axiom of Alchemy.com. Make sure you check out his artwork. Shout out to my people over at canaglobe.biz//sweet sensations if you are interested in running your own cannabis dispensary. Everything on the up and up, 100% legit. Get it all started for as little as $500. No experience needed. Those guys can help you out. Again, canaglobe.biz//sweet sensations. I'm gonna look. How that song go? I wanna. A new sensation.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I hear that name, I just. Sensation right now, or give them a call at 702-767-0683. Shout out to my people at toptierfinancialgroup.com. Top Tier Financial Group of tax attorneys, agents, CPA, specialize in tax resolution, tax preparation, wage garnishment, and bank levy releases, tax lien removals. They do it all. 15 years of experience. Put it to good use of work for you all. Also brought to you apart by My ED Med. If you're tired of paying all that money for Viagra and Cialis, call my people over at My ED Med at 1-833-693-3633. You can buy generic versions of those same pills I mentioned and save loads of money while getting the same great results in the bedroom. Wonka wonka. Also brought to you in part by AncientSupplements.store, veteran-owned business by a disabled veteran. Get all your supplements, whatever you are looking for, supplement, vitamin-wise, AncientSupplements.store. They've got you covered. I want to end on this note. I'll post it on the Facebook page in the next 24 hours, but I want to end the show on this note. Get you guys thinking a little more. I saw this video on Twitter of this guy that decided he wanted to bring in 50 people into a restaurant 1 minute before that establishment closed.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, the first place that he went to, I think it was a Habitat Burger or something like that.
Oh, not Habit.
Right.
Habit.
Habit
Grill.
Burger, Habit Grill. So he went there, and you know, he went, "Hey, are you guys still open?" and we're like, "Yes." Oh, great! And then he just holds the door open, and 50 people come in that bitch. And then the guy goes, "Yeah, so you gonna be able to serve us?" And you know, I think it was a woman. I'm not sure now, but you know, the employee was like, "No, I'm sorry, we're not gonna be able to." Okay, all right, well, we'll take our business elsewhere. Thank you. And then they all rolled out. Then they found a Five Guys 1 minute before they were going to close. And you know, same deal. Oh, you guys open? I'm like, yeah. Oh, hey, come on. And the Five Guys employee, you know, he's like, he nodding his head. How you guys doing tonight? And you know, the guy's like, "Oh, we're fantastic. You gonna be able to feed us all? You gonna be able to give us all burgers?" Oh yeah. And it's like, you know what? Good attitude and everything. But I couldn't help but have my mind fixated on the guy that operated this way. So I commented on this video. Just, you know, just interesting food for thought.
Be an interesting
No.
episode. What would you do?
No. Let me read what I said. Let me read what I said. Well, yeah, you got part of it, but let me read what I said. Anybody that ever worked a day in their life in the retail or fast food industry knows how grueling it can be. It can be hard to maintain a positive attitude depending on your age. So if you're in high school or college, then you're already working on transitioning to your true career path. Sadly, not many people have those options and are stuck in those industries. This is the ultimate form of trolling. I just can't help but shake my head at this guy for how he rolled. He was looking for his viral moment for sure. At the same time, he created an interesting debate and awareness. The people in these industries are true godsends because without them, we would have to fend for ourselves. Remember, the next time you're ordering that burger or at the checkout lines. That's what I said.
I tend to agree with majority of what you said. Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, you're still a business.
True.
And let's go. Okay, you guys, I'm sure, have at least once in your life been to a Five Guys. That being said, per person, you're looking at $15 to $20 a person. Times 50.
Oh, no, higher. You got to go higher. Five Guys, a burger. No, a burger and fries. A burger and fries at Five Guys is going to cost you 18 to 20.
Okay, so that's why I said 15 to 20.
Let's just
say 20.
Let's just say 20.
Times 50.
Wait a minute. No.
Times 50. Okay. So just at minimum, saying each person spent $20.
Good, keep going.
In the last 15 minutes of your shift, you just made that store $1,000.
Yeah.
So versus that guy at the Habit Grill who now isn't. So it really more brings the debate in reference to, we all know that there are people that work in that industry that really do their 8 and skate.
Yeah.
Or 6 and skate, whatever they do. But sometimes it really does depend on the attitude. You know, they always say that 10% of what we go through is what happens to us. 90% is the attitude that we use to get through what happens. You are doldrums, humdrums, whatever, and oh no, that's just, you know, whatever. Well, that guy just lost out on $1,000 to $1,500 in the last 5 minutes of his shift. Yes, Will.
Or last minute, the last minute. We
already all know that he might have come in 1 minute before.
Yeah.
But they're not leaving for another 30 minutes.
At least, yeah.
So
Well, wait a minute. Well,
I'm
wait a
talking
minute.
about the workers.
I would imagine that making 50 burgers for 50 people, I would imagine anywhere between 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Just
So you're
to,
looking at an additional hour. And you know what? I'm sure that generally, if you've got overtime, majority of them.
Well, wait a minute. Hold, back up a second. Hold that thought. Back up a second. I'm just thinking about all the times that we've been to a Five Guys, and I'm specifically thinking about how big that grill is. I think the downtime. I think the downtime would be less than that. I think they could probably get about 20 burger patties at least on there, if not more. 30's pushing it. Yeah, 30's pushing it, but I know for a fact they could get 20 burgers on there. So to your point, no, I think they would actually have the burgers done. I think they would have the burgers done in about 15 minutes. Now, if all those motherfuckers are going to be eating, then you're going.
Well, what he didn't specify, which is one thing he probably should have specified, is did they get it to go?
Yeah.
And I would assume he probably said yes, but you guys will have to get it to go.
Let me show you the video real quick.
So, but being transparent in reference to.
Here's the and I wonder if there's a way I can, and yes, I can. Actually, you know what? Let me do it like this. So it's 9:29. Hang on. And you guys, I'll try to have this next to the microphone here so you guys can kind of hear what we're hearing here, and we'll give you the play-by-play. So there's this white guy who kind of has this trolling look on his face, and he's literally running. I got to keep that in mind. This motherfucker is literally running to each of these burger joints 1 minute before they're closing.
Are you guys still open? Yeah? Guys, they're open. Come in.
And then he brings in 50 fucking people. Look at that poor habit employee. I mean,
that
she
is literally chewing her nails like, holy crap, what just happened?
She literally has this petrified what the fuck look on her face. Like, oh, she looked like she's going, oh no, sweetie, we're not doing this today. No, you could just tell by the look on her face that, yeah, we're not doing this. Got these motherfuckers coming in here going, what do we want? Food. When do we want it now? Like a bunch of fucking hacks. And they all just are laughing and carrying on. They think this is so fucking funny. You know, I'd like to see them get trolled the final minute that they're at their respected jobs and they're ready to either enjoy a 3-day weekend, they're getting ready to go travel, they're getting ready to go hang out with friends or whatever, and the boss just goes, oh, yeah, by the way, flop, just, you know, bunch of shit that needs to be tackled before they leave for the day. I need that same fucking energy that they're showing right here when the boss comes in, does them like this. Let's keep going. It's only a minute 41. Keep going.
So we have about 50 people here. Do you think you can make 50 burgers?
Okay, so the guy goes, so we got about 50 people here. Do you think you can make about 50 burgers? And she goes, we're about to close.
Do you think you can make 50 burgers in 1 minute? That's okay. All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Motherfucker goes, do you think you can make 50 burgers in 1 minute? Dumbass, what motherfucker do you know can make 50 burgers in 1 minute? What kind of question is that? And now this motherfucker is holding a phone up. Oh, we're getting ready to go to the next place. The next place we're going to closes in exactly 1 minute.
We're outside of Five Guys. It's 9:59. They close at 10. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, are you guys still open? You are? Thank God. Guys, come in.
Acting like he like got shot or something. Are you guys still open? Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. The ultimate troll.
Go, go, go. What do we want?
Yeah, what do we I'd have been like, buddy, here's a crate of peanuts. Y'all knock yourselves out. We closed. Okay, now look at my guy at the counter. Different reaction. I'll give him that. Different reaction. He's smiling. He's clapping his hands. You see one of the cook preparers behind. He's kind of smiling like, oh, what's going on here? Clamoring like a bunch of chips. Like a bunch of chimps. I'll give this guy props, though. You know,
he said, "How's everyone?"
He's like, "How's everybody doing tonight?"
Good, how are you? All right, so what do you think?
So, what do you think?
You think you could?
You think you could? I know I can.
Is everyone doing a burger?
Yeah.
The ultimate fucking troll. The ultimate fucking troll.
Yeah. Well, he certainly was looking for his 15 minutes of fame.
Exactly. I mean, you can. We've gotten to a point now in 2024 where you can easily, yeah, we know what you're about. We know what you're about. But like I said in my initial post, this creates great discussion. This creates great debate, like what we just covered, because it's like, but like, no, I need that same energy, that same enthusiasm, that same smile that him and everybody else had. I need them to keep that same energy. And remember where they were that night when they decided they wanted to fucking troll those establishments. And their boss goes, yeah, you got to get this done first before you can go home.
Yeah, buddy. Woo.
Look that video
up. I can tell you some of the looks I get.
Yeah.
And they look nothing like guy number 2. They might look a little bit like the girl number 1.
Yeah.
With a look of complete disdain.
Yeah. 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 Now some of you guys may go, well, what if it was a football team or a local football team or sports team or you know, here's the caveat to that. Here's a caveat to that. If you're gonna operate one way,
yep,
you've got to be consistent.
Yep.
You got to be that way. So like, if you're gonna tell somebody you close. You can't just go, you know, several minutes, you know, a couple seconds later. Oh, come on, it's the local football team, you know, or what? You can't do that.
No, you can't.
You can't do that. Oh, but they just won the Olympics. Like we gotta hook. No. You're gonna act one way. You gotta be consistent, and you gotta be that way with everybody.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Like anybody that has worked in retail, we've worked in retail. We know how it is.
Yeah.
We know how it is.
And we both have had something like that happen, maybe not to that magnitude.
Yeah.
And both of us have essentially been like, well, you know, dadgum, and you know.
And let me tell you something. When I did dip my toes in retail the last rodeo, and we were going to close our store early because a major holiday was the next day, there was nothing more infuriating than within the last 30 minutes, fucking minutes, motherfuckers would rush into the store. I have seen motherfuckers almost as bad as these guys were the last minute before we get ready to shut the doors. Fucking coming to that bitch, racing, right? And you're like, oh, and then here's the kicker. And then here's the kicker. Signs clear as day, letting motherfuckers know what's going on. We're all on the PA system announcing what's going on. And then the store closes, all that. Motherfuckers coming up, pissed off because they can't buy that can of Grand's biscuits and cranberry sauce. It's like, my nigga, you had all fucking day.
Well, wait a minute.
Wait, no. I'm like, my nigga, you had all fucking day to do this, and you procrastinated until the very last minute. You huff and puff, right? And you so mad. How mad are you? You go and write a 1-star review that the fucking joint was closed on Christmas Eve. I've seen the reviews. It's like motherfuckers are mad because they couldn't get in. They're like, hey, you had the signs clear as day letting you know, PA system, all that other loveliness going
Hell,
on.
it's on the internet.
Yeah.
You can Google it.
You can Google it.
You know, and my personal favorite is the ones that get there 2 minutes after they close.
Yeah.
And then they're yanking on the door like it's an emergency.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that shit. Open the door! What's going on in here? I want my food, damn it. I don't know why they sound like Homer Simpson, but open the door. I want my food. Please open the door. How am I supposed to eat now? Well, you had the Instacart app, you had DoorDash, you had Shipt, you had Harris Teeter, you had... I don't care about any of that shit. Give me my food now.
Yep. You hit the nail right on the head. Procrastination.
Oh, on that note, she's the beautiful and the lovely Tammy Sanders, Lee Sanders with you guys. Get us on social media. Use the keywords, the RCWR show. I'll see you guys Monday night, August 12th, 2024, after WWE Raw goes off the air. Until next go round, wishing all y'all be safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. We'll see y'all